happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. We call it butt bread day sometimes. Long joke. We have coffee in our new mugs and Panda. So we had regular mugs, and I'm like, wait a minute, we have our new mugs. We need to use our new mugs. So, so Panda had to run out the other room and throw everything in our mugs. So these are 15 ounce. So it holds more coffee or tea. So we love these. And I've adjusted the light already. There is nothing I can do about it. I am gonna have to go out and buy a new blackout curtain because I have not been able to find the other one. So he was already doing the thing this morning. But we're gonna do a fairly short episode today. We are just we've got stuff in the oven. I made green bean casserole. We've got a big flat of Hawaiian rolls, and I've got a big Pyrex of my grandmother's sour cream and onion potatoes. So those were requested. So we're doing a family thing with my daughter and my ex and his girlfriend today, and hanging out. And she asked me to bring over the Natalie Wood version of Miracle on 34th Street. And then Val and I are coming home, and I've got a bottle of chocolate wine, and we're going to decorate. So it is officially going to be Christmas, Yule, specifically themed weekend. So between what we're doing today and what I'll do sporadically this weekend. But today is about gratitude. And first of all, we want to say thank you so much for you being here, whether you're watching live or you're watching afterwards. And it means a lot to us. We did this experiment 3 years ago. Can't believe it's 3 years. We did 33 episodes. They're all in the doobly-doo. Yeah, all in the doobly-doo. And that's another t-shirt now. Doobly-doo. So we do have a Printify shop, and there's a couple of new things in there, including more wordy stuff. There is a Krampus t-shirt in there that says, "At least I don't watch you while you're sleeping. Fat man ratted you out." So I did that, and I made my I'm in my Baba Yaga phase. It's not a phase t-shirt hoodie that's in there right now, and then of course the mugs, and I will probably add the old mugs in there too, just because they're fun. But gratitude and everyday magic. One of the things that keeps me sane is I try to find some kind of a silver lining, even in the bad stuff, because it's all a lesson, and it's pretty much how I get out of bed in the morning. I may have problems with my legs, but I have legs. So it's not whether or not the glass is half empty or half full. You have a glass, which is actually, I have a glass is a book that I've been working on. So that's coming out hopefully this next year. Like art therapy essays and kind of memoir. But so gratitude. One of the biggest things I'm grateful for is, besides my panda, who is amazing. I love very much. He's been putting up with me for going on 21 years now. Is my mom's influence with me creatively, and books that I found along the way, so if you've seen my work, you will understand where this comes from. And actually this is the wrong one. The Secret of the Gnomes book is the one that I meant to grab, but the gnome books by Rian, and I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, Rian Leave it. It's TV.
Oh, Leave It.
And Will Hugan. And so
No idea. Never heard of him.
The David the Gnome
didn't know that was the author.
based, but there's so much watercolor and this whole kind of like natural world element, watercolor. The illustrations are insane. But these books had a big influence on my writing, my artwork, all of it. Just great thing of books. I will post a link to my collection. And Nick Bantock, who is responsible for my dive down into paper art and artist stamps, because Museum at Purgatory, which is not the first book I found by him, Griffin and Sabine series was actually the first. I'll link those two. But this one, he did, because the theme was purgatory, he did all the names for heaven and all the names for hell, made them postal issuing authorities, made postage stamps for all of them. And in the back of the book, there's actually a thing of artist stamps. And one of them is actually a top from one of the collections from the Griffin and Sabine book, I think. No, I'm wrong on that. But actual art stamps. And his stuff is the reason I dove down to create my first postal issuing authority, which was Odonasha, which is the novel that I've been working on since I got pregnant with my daughter. And she's 24 and a half now. I will try to fit that back in there later. And Forgetting Room, which is also Nick Bantock. And this one has little interactive bits inside, just like Griffin and Sabine. So there's, there's all sorts of little things in here. And his Garcia Lorca quote about Duende, you will see me often quoting it. The Duende is a power. And just very grateful and thankful to have these creatives in my life, because they just sent me down a huge rabbit hole that he can tell you about. But just the people that have been put in my path and throughout my life, artistic or otherwise, and just really instructed my life how I am now. So, and what are you thankful for today?
You. For those who have picked me family, specifically. I'm at a point. Yes, absolutely. I am at a point where I don't have a lot of my family left. So people who want me as their family, I'm thankful for, specifically.
Your aunt and uncle too, especially, because they're practically your parents in a lot of ways.
Anymore.
Yeah. But hi, Josephine. Yeah. Thank you. And Carrie. So what do you have today? Because you've been on a rabbit hole.
I have, but this is not part of it. It is somewhat adjacent, though. It is sci-fi.
Yeah.
This is a book by J.S. Dews. The first book in a trilogy. It's called The Last Watch. This is the Divide series. It takes place starting at the edge of the known universe, the explored universe. The Sentinels are the only ones that can keep the divide from collapsing, which is a frontier of space. And the main character in the story is presumably the captain or the commander of a ship, and has a misfit bunch of exiles and rejects and
that
whatnot.
sounds familiar.
Yes, to aid in that cause. So that's the start of a trilogy. And I picked that trilogy up a while ago. I read up about this trilogy. I have them, all three of them, actually sitting in there. And when I received them, oddly enough, the first book in the series, I did actually receive a signed copy, just out of happenstance. So I did happen to get an autographed copy there, which was fantastic, because I wasn't expecting that. That wasn't, I was buying a blind list, just a listing that was, stock imagery. And when it
Which
arrived,
is actually what they used for the cover. It's this cover art by Shutterstock. So not AI exactly, but no, what got me
freeware, or whatever they call that now.
On the top is The Expanse meets Game of Thrones. You got me right there on both. So, but The Expanse, if you haven't seen it, whether you're a Firefly fan or not, Expanse is not Firefly universe, but it's Firefly adjacent as far as the vibe, and just the Rocinante, the ship in The Expanse, actually beat out Serenity to a point. I love Serenity. Serenity's always been my top ship, even once I found it. Originally, it was the Millennium Falcon, big time, because I'm a Star Wars nerd. And then I found Firefly, and it became Serenity. I love Serenity. But the Rocinante has a greenhouse in the kitchen and rail guns. So, yeah. Being able to defend yourself is good. But yeah, just little things that add everyday magic, and being able to, travel worlds without leaving the comfort of your home. And leaving the comfort of your home is also everyday magic. But yeah, it's 38 feels like 25 was our morning.
Yes. It's still barely 30 something.
Really cold. Yeah. But we're all about the cozy this weekend, and all about good food, good people, and just relaxing. And maybe a little gaming, definitely work, because I am going to be working, but I don't view what I do as work. I mean, I do, but I don't. I love what I get to do, and I feel really blessed to be able to do it. And it's definitely not a conventional way to live. We both work from home full time, but we have the flexibility of being able to travel and stuff when we have the funding. Usually it's the funding, not the time. But that is something that we're planning on expanding through this next year, which I can't believe it's going to be December in a few days. That's just
usually wow. You have almost 6 weeks after Thanksgiving. This month you have under 4 when you think about it, because we're already at the 27th.
Yeah. And we have 2 shows coming up. That's our last 2.
So Christmas is less than a full month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Normally it's closer to 5 weeks.
And if you buy stuff, okay. If you make stuff, long tail cat in a room full of rocking chairs to an extent. I am making a couple of, well, I'm making some, printing out some new product and stuff. But one of the things I'm making for Two Crows, hopefully on the 7th, if I can find the right box, and I might, my next art stream, you might get to see me make this, but I'm doing a vending machine. So it's one of the creatives in my Discord community, Emma, sent me a tutorial after she posted photos of one that she had made for her nephews for Christmas. And it's, I've got all those little gumball machine containers with the lids. And so I'm doing little mini zines, mini stickers, maybe a little bell. I don't know, whatever will fit in there. It could be a necklace or a pair of earrings or one of my little felt pins or whatever will fit in there. But I am clearing out old stuff. I might actually do little slips of paper that says like a print and a sticker or 2 stickers or whatever. But I'm gonna sell a turn on the vending machine, which is just fun. We did that at a bookstore that we went to in Columbus, and starts with a P. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It was the one in the one main North Market area, Short North, the first one we went to. I can't remember.
I don't remember which one that was.
I will post the link.
You need the stamp book. I don't remember it by the top of my head.
Yeah, so. Very cool indie bookstore. And they had a gumball machine that dispensed poetry. And they basically, or not poetry, short stories. So they actually had it printed on receipt paper, and it had their logo and information at the bottom. And then it was the top, and it was this big long register receipt that had the short story printed on it, which I thought was really cool. But just vending machines are fun. I mean, even as a kid, you know, any kind of gumball machine or any little secret, oh, these prizes are really cool, or stickers or anything like that was always fun. And I am determined, once we open the storefront, I want to get an Artomat machine, which Artomat, actually, they're here in the US, and they convert old cigarette machines to vend art, and everything from pottery to jewelry to painted wood blocks that have, you know, plein air paints on them, paintings on them. Just really cool stuff, 3D printed stuff. I mean, just, you know, really cool experience. I've seen zines, which there will be more zines coming up, but just some really neat stuff. And I've been playing around with, this is a zine that I did that was What I Love About Fall, but it's literally an index card. And I will be teaching another zine workshop. So we will go into making these little zines out of index cards. And that's actually the size that's big enough for the gumball machine thing too. So, but we've got food in the oven, and we pretty much got everything done. I assembled everything last night. And now this thing goes away. It goes behind a cloud.
I can talk briefly about
the
rabbit hole that I have found.
Yes,
is actually one-page rules. One-page rules is a gentleman who decided that there were too many rules in Warhammer, and he and his friends had a lot of Warhammer armies that Games Workshop said, you can't play these in tournaments anymore. These are the new thing. It's how companies uh, keep making product that you have to buy. It's kind of like what Magic the Gathering does with whatever is the current block is used for tournaments and used for current play, modern play. Everything else is used for Commander, for Pauper, for all of those other formats. Games Workshop does the same thing. It's how they remain relevant. We're making these miniatures. These are new. These are tournament worthy. All of these old ones that you've been painting for the last 30 years, well, you can just play those with your friends. So this guy made a one-page rule set,
which is really cool.
So you can create any fantasy army on their list or any sci-fi grimdark future list that you want of what's in your army, and then use those on a table and play a game using the one-page rules. So I joined a couple of the Warhammer groups on Facebook and have just been, learning about all the little painting techniques and everything for how people paint different things.
I love when people come up with indie stuff like that.
Things like edge highlighting, and how to I forget what it's
we'll
called.
Link to
layering like on the backs of
we'll link to this
and
one guy that did the dark
Black Templar.
The Black Templar. The paint job on this thing is insane. And he doesn't just use black for the base black, but his skill level is next level on this thing. And it never ceases to put me in a state of awe watching people paint miniatures and getting in these teeny tiny little details. I have one that my ex painted that he gifted me a long time ago, and it was amazing. I still have it. Hey, Mama Winch! Yay! Hello. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy butt bread day. My family never did stuffing inside the turkey. It was always, but there's a lot of people that do.
And I think we did. I think I've had turkey that had like full stuffing.
And there was a meme years ago that somebody said, happy butt bread day, and it just kind of stuck.
But I found I was looking at the Sisters of Battle first because
battle nuns
with guns. Yes, but I was looking at Space Marines, and I was looking at all the different chapters of Space Marines, and I found basically the Black Templars, which look like 12th, 13th century Templar. They've got they're in like all black. They've got the white pauldrons with the Maltese crosses, and the other accents are red or gold, and they look gorgeous.
Yeah,
and
mixed with sci-fi.
And they're one of the oldest chapters. They've been around. They were part of the Emperor's Fist at the beginning. They were one of the first two chapters established. They've been around since. And I'm like, leave it to me to find the Crusader, the Crusader Space Marines. And they're one of the oldest groups.
Although the Battle Nuns thing cracked me up, but it was, we're both big fans of the Magdalena comics.
Yep.
So the ultimate Battle Nun. But the level of creativity that I've seen in recent years, especially since the great nerd uprising is what I call it, when Wizards of the Coast, D&D, Hasbro, all that threw in and just started using AI for the books. Started initially what caused all of us to pause and revolt was they had these rules that everybody was encouraged to use and create their own stuff with, and then they came back and said, well, no, we own your stuff now,
Yeah, they tried to pass a legal document.
Yeah, that got shut down.
Called the OGL.
They lost a lot of people. They ended up being forced to putting
OGL.
Yeah, they got forced to put it in Creative Commons, which once it's in Creative Commons, you can't take it back. And it's just, it just forced us to be like, okay, we're going to make our own stuff and it's not going to have anything to do with you. So there's been a resurgence of zines and all these, solo play and group play and, all these different modules and just
all of the independent,
which is way cooler as far as I'm concerned. But my creativity doesn't extend much beyond crochet. I got to keep these old lady hands busy. Dude, I want to learn crochet. I'm a lefty and my fingers don't work that way for some reason. I've got my grandmother's, in fact, I have one of my grandmother's right here. It is a size, it's a Hero marked 25 cents. It's a size 6 steel set of crochet needle. I mean, look how tiny these are. These are for like thread, practically. These are my grandmother's, and I have a lot of her stuff.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I can't. Well, my thing is, I can't see to pick up the stitch. You're lefty as well, but I learned from my grandmother, who was a righty. I learned facing her. See, that was the problem. We didn't figure out until she couldn't hold the hooks anymore that if she had sat across from me, she always sat next to me. So it was hard for me to wrap my head around. And I finally did get it. But then as I got older, my fingers didn't want to work. But like I said, right now it's my eyes. Even with the glasses, I'm okay. But I really wanted to learn to do the amigurumi circular stuff. But I really, 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 really want to learn how to do granny squares because I found a crochet artist that I'll post a link to her that has these gorgeous, like, high-end fashion kind of. She's in Italy and she does her own patterns and everything, and the squares are gorgeous. But I found somebody that's actually going to make me some, because I bought the pattern off Etsy for like $10. And I'll link to the shop, like I said, but it's just so cool. Like a 5 at least and a 4-weight yarn. Start with Red Heart. Yeah, least favorite yarn. Yeah. Ami is fascinating to make. I've just taken a break from it. You have to send me a link to your stuff. But are you in my Discord? Remind me. If not, I will post my link to my Discord right now. Because we have a section in there for crochet and knitting and that kind of thing. But I would really like to learn because I really want to make a bunch of these. All over your Facebook and of course my channel here on YouTube where I post a ton of my makes. Okay. I will follow you if I am not already.
Been in there 35.
Well, we're getting ready to stop live because that's the oven. Yeah. It's fine though. I just got to switch it up. But we got green bean casserole and my grandmother's sour cream and onion potatoes that were taken over, and a thing of flat of Hawaiian rolls and a bottle of Moscato to take over to do family stuff here shortly. In fact, we got to be there at noon, so we're going to go ahead and cut it short today. But let's definitely continue the conversation. I would love to. But yeah, she's got some really cool stuff, but it's these giant granny squares. So it's literally like 2 granny squares across the chest. And then another one for the sleeves, or two more for the sleeves. It's pretty cool. But so happy butt bread day. Happy Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate and you're watching, take care of you. Stay warm, stay safe, stay well. And bring granny square for a table. Ooh. Okay. I want to see that. And I'll check your channel out. But you too, hugs and smooches. Stay well, stay safe, wear your mask, wash your hands, take care of each other. And we will see you next Thursday for a full episode. So bye. Oh, and I live stream Saturday at noon. So I'll see you then.